Hello guys, welcome to Marigold Diary. Thank you for loving the first video so much. Today's video is about my delivery story. Yeah, of course, everybody has their own delivery story, and mine has been a little bit of roller coaster thing, and I just wanted to share with you. It's going to be a bigger video, and pardon anything which you think I should have covered and I did not. So let me just start chit-chatting with you in a number of chit-chatting with you about my labor story. So what happened was I was walking continuously all my pregnancy. I was going to office and coming back, and I had a pretty normal pregnancy with a little bit of morning sickness and all here and there. So what happened was my delivery date was um, in December 27th or December 26th, I think, December 26th. And November 27th, I felt a little bit of pain with the some water discharge and a little bit of pain. It felt like a little bit of labor pain only, and I thought it was false pain, and it was so. In that night, around 12 o'clock, I was like having this pain, and my husband, so my father and my mother had come to Bangalore, and they said that okay, we're going to stay but with you and we'll take care of you because we already have 1 month after that. So I said, "Oh, don't worry, you go and visit Pondicherry and all that, you just roam around and come back." So I had sent them for that trip. So they had gone. So when 27 this pain started, what happened was they were not there, and I was testing my mama that this happened. There's some discharge, white liquid discharge, very transparent enough. And my mother said, "I think you're going into labor." I said, I don't know. So there was a little bit of pain, and it was not continuous. It was coming, it was going, it was coming, it was going. But if you change your position, then it was stopping. If you don't change, so I texted my doctor in the middle of the night, and because I didn't think that it was labor, so I texted her, and she replied at 6 o'clock. Before that, my husband came that if you're not okay, tell me, we'll go. But there was some kind of discharge, and some kind of discharge. So when in the morning when she texted us, I texted her back, "Can we come?" Because it was 1 year before, 1 month before the due date, and I thought it would be a miscarriage or something. I was very scared of it. So what happened is we went to the doctor. Now so we went to the hospital, and doctors checked my checked the, so they do have a internal internal, like she conducted an internal examination, so that no, your cervix has not opened. And there was some kind of machine instrument she put, and she told me that okay, you are having contractions, but that is in the range of 0 to 20. If it goes beyond that, you are in pain, so it's a false pain. But I said okay, there's some kind of discharge. She said that okay, don't worry, let me check. And she checked, and there was all discharge, and she couldn't understand what exactly it is. So she said okay, one thing we do, have you just have your breakfast and come back and see how much discharge you're getting. So what happened after that is I went for a good breakfast. I came back. She gave me actually a medicine, injection, I think. Suppose when she gave the injection, I went to for breakfast and then came back, and then we searched for her. She was not there. Okay, she's a good doctor, by the way. But at that point of time, she was not there. She went to her other clinic. So what happened after that is she appointed another uh, assistant of her to check whether I'm getting such kind of discharge. I showed the discharge quantity to her, to the assistant, and she wrote in the prescription that no discharge anymore. So I was happy, and I thought, but I was very confident that I'm not going to go to office. Whatever I will do, I'll do from work from home, because there was a little pain. After she gave me medication and a little bit of medicines, I was uh, pretty okay, and there was no more pain. But the discharge was continuing, and it was slowly, slowly, slowly. And that day, fortunately, I don't know how my parents had preponed their trip because they wanted to go through buy or something, and they preponed their team, and trip, and they're going to reach that day only when I went to the hospital. So that day went pretty good. My parents reached near evening. The next day also went pretty good. I attended a number of calls at my office, and um, that's it. But I think the next day on 28th, actually, 28th night, 27th night actually, what happened, we were playing cards, and my father was like getting defeated a lot of times. It was so funny that we laughed, and I laughed uncontrollable. And once I laughed uncontrollable, what happened is there was a lot of discharge, and I said I'm not gonna play. So they continued, but then 1 hour I started getting pains, and it was really tough for me to, for those 15 seconds or 10 seconds it was coming. It was really tough for me, and I was not able to tell anybody anything. It was like, I don't know was I doing. My mother said, have something to eat. I said, no, I can't eat right now. I'm not feeling good. And my parents were doing research because it's 1 month before the baby should have arrived, and they were doing, they said, okay, don't worry, these are all false pain. I said, okay, thank God these are false pain. But false pains were so difficult. I was thinking, if false pains were so difficult, true pain would be like, oh my God. But then but my father and my husband was a little bit of anxious, and they said that, okay, what we'll do, one thing, we'll go to the hospital. We'll go to the hospital and see and check what's happening. Okay. And we went to the hospital. I was moving, and it so they wanted to admit me into the emergency, and they brought a chair. I said, no, no, okay, it's okay. Okay. Before that, the story is about the Uber driver. Like, in the front seat, when I was sitting, and my parents were continuously asking, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" But when those contractions were coming, I was like, I couldn't answer back. So this was a condition. I thought it was false pains were so difficult. I was just imagining it. If false pains were so difficult, how will be the real pain, which is, or the labor pain, which we actually say? So I got admitted around 12 o'clock, and you cannot say what happened. There was this doctor of mine. She had gone to Singapore, and she had appointed somebody, and she was having food poisoning. So I was continuously listening to that when I got admitted, and I was saying, okay, not a problem. So there was a doctor, the shift doctor. She came and she did internal transfer. She said, dear, you are 3 centimeter dilated and you're already in labor pain. And my parents were shocked. Like, how could she not scream? She was continuously. I was like, okay, chill. But I was getting pain. It was painful, but I was not screaming like that. And then I was hearing all this. My doctor was not there. They were continuously going on calling people that, okay, come, there's a person who has a hypothyroid condition. And I was like, not shit scared. But I was also hearing, so the whatever was happening, the instrument I told it was 0 to 20. The contractions were remaining in 0 to 20. It was surging high to 60, 90, 100. And I knew it was real. The pain was real. It was really tough, the pain. And I always had this plan of having a normal birth. I had done a lot of hypnobirthing courses, had read a lot of books, did some hypnobirthing breathing exercises, Kegel exercises for having a normal baby through normal process. But the pain was like, and then I was hearing all this kind of, the doctor is absent, they're trying to connect with doctors. And the most important thing is that because she's in hypothyroid condition, we don't know how much time she will take for the labor to progress. It may be 12 hours, 15 hours, 20 hours. And those pain was so difficult for me, I said, oh no, I cannot tolerate those pain for 20 to 15 hours. When I heard that there are people who have tolerated that amount of pain. So what happened, I was going through the pain, and my husband was so cooperative. He was like holding my hands, doing whatever possible. My mother said, I will stay with you, and I said, no, you don't stay with me, because you are not don't have that much strength to pick me up, and I would need someone who is stronger and can pick me up. And my father was, okay, let your husband stay. So both of my parents were outside and my husband was with me. So with every contraction would come me and tell me, okay, breathe, breathe. And surely there was another nurse. I should be grateful to her because I don't know what was she doing. And whenever the contractions were coming, she would just massage some part of my belly, and that stopped it. That relaxed those contractions, and I was very grateful to her. And my husband also held my hands and asked me to breathe, because constantly, if somebody reminds you that you breathe, breathe, then what happens is that you get a little bit of oxygen inside you, and it really helps. I don't know how. So till 3 o'clock, again that lady came, the doctor came for the physical internal examination. Is really really tough, because it's I think when you are having contractions and then you have this physical somebody, these examinations, really really I cannot just I don't want to go through it again. Okay, leave it. So what happened is, I'm continuously telling what happened. Okay, leave it. So at that point of time, when it was around 2 to 3, the contractions become no very very rapid. I mean, 15 seconds, then again 5 seconds rest, then 15 seconds was rapid. And when she came for the internal, oh, before that there was a point, I don't know whether it's a miracle or not. I was like, I believe in Sai Baba. And so my husband was having this udi. He came and put all the udi on my stomach and the this lower part, the abdomen. And the doctor came inside. She did a physical examination, and she said, it's surprisingly you are already dilated and you're going to have your baby in few minutes, and the doctor has not arrived right now, so don't push. We are going to transfer you into the labor room and we are going to deliver your baby. And I was like, at 3:30 or something, I went inside the labor room. They made me open and I was asked to push. People say that pushing is a normal reaction, but for me it was never a normal reaction. I had to give an effort, and then at the end I think I already said that I cannot, because I was so tired of the pains. I know it's only 2 to 3 hours, but I was so tired of those pains that I was not able to push. But at the end, the doctor, I said that the doctor was not there, and the doctor came. She inspired or motivated me to push. And there was that lady nurse. She pushed. She did something with my belly. She was doing enough, lot of things. I should be grateful to her. She pushed my stomach in the front, and then my baby was delivered by the doctor. And I have never seen that doctor. The only thing I remember is that when we first wanted to show our choose a gynae, she was the first doctor we wanted to get an appointment to. We didn't know actually how experienced she is. Just from the Practo app we found her. But as she was busy that day, we went to another doctor. So all these were coincidences, and my baby was delivered. I was so practical, I don't know how, but I just was talking to the doctor in the operation theater how much time it will take to be take this whatever you've done, how much time I'll get healed and what. And the doctor was talking to me as if it was normal, but this is my story. But it was like, we never expected that we were going to have pains, labor pains. We never expected that we were going to have a baby. We're very, very unprepared. I didn't have a hospital bag. I didn't have the, I had not taken my leaves. Maternity leave was to start after 15 to 20 days. So you must have wondered. So it's just accident. Something happens. A lot of things happen in your life at different point of times, and you don't know how it happened. But it was a pleasant experience for me. I hope a lot of mothers should get this kind of experience, and it shouldn't be painful. Actually, my more it was after the pregnancy, I got delivery, I was having a lot of pains, because in labor, the 15 seconds, if you're having pain, there'll be some time for rest. But when you have a normal or even C-section, the cut, it makes sitting so difficult. And it's so very very difficult, because where Yeah, because so I continued painkillers for 2 weeks, and one more thing, guys, like they will tell you to sit bath, and I did lot of things, but that didn't heal me. What healed me is one, basic thing which you should ask your parents or ask your mothers or ask your in-laws, mother-in-law to do, is that take the water. What if they're given betadine or something, they ask you to sit over there. It's better if you for me actually it worked. So what I my mother did was she took an handkerchief, took hot water and added betadine into it, put the handkerchief inside it, wiped out all the water, and then was positioning that handkerchief into those areas which needed to be healed or where the operation had been done, surgical procedure has been done. So that healed me actually in 3 to 4 days. After 1 week where I was doing all the sits bars and all the things, it was not working. So if sits bath is not working for you guys, then you must try this process and see see if it works for you. So this is my delivery story, and miracles happen, and this is one of the miracle that I have. I had a beautiful, handsome baby boy, and he was absolutely normal. My parents were very scared because it was 1 month before that. People called him, what they call him? Mm, preterm baby. So, but even if it was not the term, he was born strong, stout, healthy. And I hope the journey continues with him. And I'll post a lot of pictures. My boy Ayan, and we'll post some bigger, good pictures of him later and all his videos. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful, but bonding for me happened a little later. I'll make a video on that later about bonding, what I realized, understood about postpartum. But till that point of time, it was a very good feeling about, because all my parents have come, everybody was wishing me, and I loved this small boy coming into my life. So when there were many children crying, but I could really, really distinguish my boy. So that's fascinating. That's nature. So thank you for watching and understanding and hearing out my story of this delivery, and I really appreciate your time. Thank you.